Today we're in 1960s England, and I want to show you my Triang Hornby blue Pullman set. The set goes back to 1960, I believe. It was produced around the same time the original train came out. It was a train designed to give express service, originally I believe between Manchester and London. It was all first class and it was a DMU unit. This version I got here with the yellow cab ends and the blue, Nanking blue I believe it's called, the colour, is the 1968 version, and I believe the model is from the same year, released in 1968. It's a damn good model considering how old it is. Not only is it a very faithful reproduction of the prototype, but it's also a very well constructed model. The original motor is in there. I just added some extra weight to the driving coach, which is this one, and I also replaced the original serrated wheels or knurled wheels, which were designed to make a noise, supposed to mimic a diesel noise, with the smooth wheels off the Triang American RDC unit. A spare one of them I had. I have a driving trailer up here and a driving trailer down there, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intermediate coaches. Now I don't know if this is a prototypical rake, I'm not sure. But I want to show you something different. This was not produced by Triang or Hornby. This is a model of the dining car. The kitchen car actually. Dining was served at all tables. This was an all first class train. So meals were served at all tables. It was aimed at business people, executives, things like that. But with the original Triang set in all its variations, this kitchen car did not come with it. So this is a kit. It's an adapted kit. I think produced by an individual in England. I made this a while back, and I don't have the instruction leaflet anymore, but it comes with very comprehensive instructions. It actually couldn't be easier to make. These Triang cars were very well constructed for their time, and they were probably a manufacturing nightmare, because not only is the car body a molded piece, but the windows and the glazing are separate pieces to give a flush glazed effect, which is, for 1960, this is something that was way ahead of its time. It's a very, for its time, faithful rendition of the prototype. The conversion from the regular lounge car to the kitchen car is very simple. You basically just cut one of the seating sections in half and pop in a kitchen, and pop out the windows section, which is that white plastic strip and it comes with the glazing and everything. You glue it in. It also comes with the fans and the ventilation equipment for the roof of the kitchen. So you get yourself a full kitchen car. Now I don't know if this is a prototypical rake. I know the train itself in real life wasn't very long, and it ran in different liveries and different colour schemes until the early 70s, I think about 73, when British Rail retired the units, and it was a few years after that the HST came along. How I made this setup is basically collected second-hand cars over the years and restored them. I haven't changed the wheels, and it's still running on the original Triang 1960 or whatever power bogie. It was the one that was originated in this shunter, in the original Triang shunter, and something like 250,000 of these sold. They were such a successful unit. But that's what's powering at the front. All I did was change. You see the serrated wheels? I don't know if you can see them there. See them? They're like knurled wheels. They're supposed to mimic the diesel noise. They make an awful racket actually. I don't know what the point of them is. They also affect electrical pickup and they scratch your track. But this is what the original one looked like. This is how I built them. It had This is the original. I haven't seen, that's a big common problem. The silver comes off the top, and I have resprayed them all, as you can see. Maybe I made them a little too chrome, but they came out okay. I'm pretty happy with them. But this is the original one. It had this kind of configuration with this white, you see the white front like that. I don't think that, I think that looked very old even when it was released in the 1960s. That this thing was supposed to look modern. And you know, when you think about like what was being produced around Europe at the time, I think that looked like, it still looked very dated to me. It looked very dated. The final version by both British Rail and Triang was this one. And I have to say, a lot of enthusiasts consider this one to be a very ugly scheme. But I think it's very attractive. I think the grey with the dark blue and the black roof and the yellow frontage. So my next mission is to actually get and connect and collect one of these. And when I have a full set of this, we'll run it in tandem with this one. So, asking a single power bogie at the front of the power car to take this unit off is a bit much. There will be wheel slippage, but once this baby gets going, it gets going. So don't be too critical of me when you hear the wheel switch when I start this up. Wheel slip. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. You basically have to start at top speed. There you slip there. And we'll run at a respectable speed. Isn't that beautiful? All the wheels are original. I didn't replace any of the wheels. I just oiled the pinpoint axles. When I replaced the serrated or knurled wheels with the RDC wheels from the Triang, the axles extended out over the actual wheel discs. So that was just a simple matter of cutting them off, and they slotted right in perfectly. There was no problem at all with that, how it came out. Now, as is 1960s Britain, we'll find another train, an appropriate train to keep it company. And I'm going to bring that around now. And here it comes. This is a British Rail Class 117 DMU. It'll come into view soon. And here she comes. I'll just stop it there a second. Now this is a Lima model from 1980. It runs on the classic Lima pancake motor, and these were originally built for the Western region, running out of Paddington Station in London, I believe. And the two DMUs of the blue Pullman were actually running out of London going to Manchester and also to Bristol. There were two sets. So we're not completely unprototypical here. This Lima model was a huge success when it first came out, and there was not very good prototypical models of DMUs for British Rails at the time. This came out in 1980. Hornby had been sitting on its laurels for years, and ostensibly got lazy. They would just reissue older trains and just the new liveries and so on, and then a company called Mainline entered the market and revolutionized everything, along with Airfix, who will look at some of those trains in another video, who also revolutionized the British rail market, forcing Hornby to up their game. And then Lima came along, and Hornby would have went extinct if it didn't actually start producing high quality trains, which it did, or improving the models it already had. The DMU that they sold was too short, and so the Lima one, which was scale length and came in a prototypical 3-car set, was actually nicely detailed. The only issue was that people complained about that it had flush glazing, but there were flush glazing. It didn't have flush glazing, sorry, and flush glazing kits were actually sold to it. So with the blue Pullman now merrily making its way around the layout, let's start up the 117 and in the other direction to keep it company, and we'll sit back now and, as usual, we'll just enjoy the show.